Listen to these Spanish words and see if you can guess the meaning. Crear, donar, calcular, sedar, activar. Okay, you probably guessed correctly because they're quite similar to the English. And you probably guessed crear is to create. Donar is to donate. Calcular is to calculate. Sedar is to sedate. Activar is to activate. And I'm sure you can see the conversion rule there. Words in English that end in ate, most of them convert into Spanish with an AR. So donate is donar. Sedate is sedar. How would you say to participate? To participate, what do you think that would be? Participar. Participar. What do you think to duplicate would be? Duplicar. Duplicar. Okay, to add it on, so to activate it, to calculate it, to donate it, that it is just lo, L-O, lo, and it just sticks like glue onto the end of the verb. So to donate it is donarlo, donarlo. How would you say to activate it? Something on the computer maybe, to activate it. What would that be? Activarlo. Activarlo. How about to create it? What would that be? To create it. Crearlo. 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 To create it. Now if you want to say, I will have to do something. I'll have to leave it until tomorrow. I'll have to do it now. I'll have to is tendré que. Tendré que. Tendré is I will have. But when we use it as an expression, I will have to, it's something I will have to do, I must. We have to use que with it before our verb. So tendré, I have. I'll have rather, I will have. Tendré que, I will have to. So tendré que participar, I'll have to participate. Tendré que participar, I'll have to participate. How would you say, I will have to activate it? I will have to activate it. What would that be? Tendré que activarlo. Tendré que activarlo. How about, I will have to create it? What would that be? I will have to create it. Tendré que crearlo. Tendré que crearlo. The word for to do is hacer. Hacer, to do. How would you say, I'll have to do it? I'll have to do it. What would that be? Tendré que hacerlo. Tendré que hacerlo. I'll have to do it. Tendré que hacerlo. How would you say, I'll have to do it tomorrow. I'll have to do it tomorrow. And tomorrow is mañana. Mañana, mañana. So how would you say, I'll have to do it tomorrow? Tendré que hacerlo mañana. Now, if you want to say myself, as in I'll have to do it myself, we say yo mismo. Yo mismo. It's a bit like saying I the same. I is yo and mismo is same. I same. Sounds a bit funny, but that's how it is. Yo mismo, myself. Yo mismo, myself. How would you say, I'll have to do it myself? I'll have to do it myself. What would that be? Tendré que hacerlo yo mismo. Tendré que hacerlo yo mismo. How about, I'll have to activate it myself? I'll have to activate it myself. What would that be? Tendré que activarlo yo mismo. Tendré que activarlo yo mismo. I'll have to activate it myself. How about, I'll have to calculate it myself tomorrow. I'll have to calculate it myself tomorrow. What would that be? Tendré que calcularlo yo mismo mañana. Tendré que calcularlo yo mismo mañana. So, tendré que. Tendré, I will have or I'll have. Tendré que, I'll have to. If we want to say you will have or you'll have, it's tendrás. Tendrás. You'll have, tendrás. How do you think you'll say you'll have to? Tendrás que. Tendrás que. So how about, you'll have to participate. You'll have to participate. What do you think that would be? Tendrás que participar. Tendrás que participar. You'll have to participate. How about, you'll have to do it tomorrow. You will have to do it tomorrow. What would that be? Tendrás que hacerlo mañana. Tendrás que hacerlo mañana. Now, can you remember what myself was? The two-word phrase for myself. I the same, I same. What was that? It was yo mismo. Yo mismo. Yourself is tú mismo. Tú mismo. Tú mismo. So how would you say you'll have to do it yourself? You'll have to do it yourself. What would that be? Tendrás que hacerlo tú mismo. Tendrás que hacerlo tú mismo. Now, if you're talking to a woman, a girl, then the mismo has to change to misma to agree with the gender. So if you're talking to someone feminine, it would be tendrás que hacerlo tú misma. Tendrás que hacerlo tú misma. And the same applies if you're a woman or you're a girl saying I'll have to do it myself. In that case, you say tendré que hacerlo yo misma. Okay, so mismo for a boy or a man, and misma for a girl and a woman. The word for to send is enviar. Enviar. How would you say to a woman, you'll have to send it yourself? You'll have to send it yourself. What would that be? Tendrás que enviarlo tú misma. Tendrás que enviarlo tú misma. You'll have to send it yourself. How would you say, I'll have to send it myself tomorrow? I'll have to send it myself tomorrow. And use the ending on mismo or misma for whatever gender you are, so that it makes sense for you. So if you're a woman, use misma, and a man, use mismo. So how would you say, I'll have to send it myself tomorrow? Tendré que mandarlo, and I'll correct that, but I won't edit it because it came automatically out, mandar, and that's because mandar is another word for enviar. It's another word for send, and without thinking, I said mandar, so obviously it was the word I reached for quickest, so we'll include mandar for to send, along with enviar, to send. So the answer you should have come up with would be tendré que enviarlo yo mismo mañana. Tendré que enviarlo yo mismo mañana. And if you're using mandar, tendré que mandarlo yo mismo mañana. So, I will have to, tendré que. You'll have to, tendrás que. Myself, yo mismo or yo misma. Yourself, tú mismo, tú misma. To say he or she will have to, it's straightforward. We just take the S from you'll have to. So tendrás is you'll have. Tendrá is he or she will have. Tendrá, tendrá, he'll have. So for example, we could even say without using have to do something, he'll have to do something, she'll have to do something, just she'll have something. So un problema is a problem. Un problema, a problem. So how would you say, he'll have a problem tomorrow? He'll have a problem tomorrow. What would that be? Tendrá un problema mañana. Tendrá un problema mañana. And that's he or she will have a problem. And how would we say he'll have to participate? He'll have to participate. What would that be? Tendrá que participar. Tendrá que participar. How about she'll have to do it tomorrow? She will have to do it tomorrow. What would that be? Tendrá que hacerlo mañana. Tendrá que hacerlo mañana. And of course that could also be he'll have to do it tomorrow. How about he'll have to activate it tomorrow? He'll have to activate it tomorrow. What would that be? Tendrá que activarlo mañana. Tendrá que activarlo mañana. How about he'll have to activate it himself? He'll have to activate it himself. Well, yo is I same. Tú is you, tú mismo, you same. So we want he same, for himself. And he is él, E with an accent, él. So how would we say he'll have to activate it himself? He'll have to activate it himself. What would that be? Tendrá que activarlo él mismo. Tendrá que activarlo él mismo. How about he'll have to do it himself? He'll have to do it himself. What would that be? Tendrá que hacerlo él mismo. Tendrá que hacerlo él mismo. And herself. Himself is él mismo. Herself. So if he same is él mismo, himself, herself will have to be she same. And the word for she is ella. Ella. E-double-L-A. Ella. And actually, no, I won't give you too much information. Let's see if you can work this out. How would we say she'll have to create it herself? She'll have to create it herself. What would that be? Tendrá que crearlo ella misma. Tendrá que crearlo ella misma. And the information I withheld was misma, because I thought you could work that out, knowing that mismo for masculine, so referring to man or boy, and misma referring to feminine, girl, woman. So how would we say she'll have to do it herself tomorrow? She'll have to do it herself tomorrow. What would that be? Tendrá que hacerlo ella misma mañana. Tendrá que hacerlo ella misma mañana. So where did we start? We started with I will have to. Tendré que. We had myself, yo mismo, or I same. You will have, tendrás, tendrás. You'll have to, tendrás que, and whatever it might be. Yourself, you same, tú mismo. O tú misma. Feminine. Then we saw that he or she will have, tendrá. He or she will have to, tendrá que, and whatever it might be, the verb. And himself, él mismo. Herself, ella misma.